Check out this trading system review. $51,000, well, over $51,000 in literally like 3 or 4 months. That's insane. Real quick, obviously, I'm going to go over just what exactly it is we accomplished using the swing trading system we've all done publicly since about August of this year. We started kind of tracking a little bit differently. Obviously, we've been using these videos for quite a bit longer. But in the last few months of the year, we went to our private tracking system. And I just want to show you what's possible in terms of creating a very, very simple, easy to follow system that you too can profit in terms of day trading, right? I need to start with the disclaimer because we know how all the laws work. I am not your lawyer or financial educator, and obviously I practice high risk, high reward trading. But outside of our disclaimer, let's take a look. So I am going to go over to the spreadsheet and then we'll go over to the actual system. However, I typed this up real quick just so you guys can get an idea of exactly what this looks like. So I'm going to show you on that spreadsheet that we accomplished over 5,122 pips in since about mid-August of 2022. And that really is only counting from mid-August to about November 15th, going live the first and third Tuesday of every month for about 20 minutes. So you're looking at about 40 minutes-ish a month of actual chart time. And in that time, had you followed along or got these pips with me, using a single standard lot size, you're looking at over approximately $51,000. Now, mind you, if you're using the smallest lot size, you're looking at something around the lines of, $5,000. And obviously, if you're using something like 5 standard lot sizes or 10 standard lot sizes, which is not uncommon in this industry, just so you know, you're looking at $250,000 or more in very, very few minutes, very, very few anything. Obviously, I would super recommend you choose your lot sizes based off of risks and value of that particular pair or instrument. But this is just to kind of give you an example so you guys get the idea for those of people who don't know what pips are. Okay, so let's take a look. As you can see, I've got this spreadsheet zoomed out really far so you guys get a chance to kind of see every single thing on here. Notice that this is really only starting from August 31st, really, and a couple of those trades we didn't take. We were completing these calls prior to that, but all of that was being tracked solely by the company and not by me. So we went ahead and kind of revamped a little bit and started our own tracking system, kind of in line with what we do in our morning calls. So here's the deal. Really, really simple. On these days, live on YouTube at approximately this time, Eastern Standard Time, we looked at these pairs, we bought or sold. We know and defined how we're entering, how we're managing, when we're protecting, where our stop losses are going, and what our targets are, right? We've already got all that predefined, so it's already been discussed and it's been public knowledge. I did not trade much in the month of December. I kind of was taking a step back in terms of the low volume holiday season, as well as launching some other things that I'm really excited about. So really you're looking at, September, October, November. So maybe approximately about 3.5, 4 months, give or take. In that time, we averaged over 81% accuracy. Okay, not perfect, not amazing. We're not trying to say, hey, you have to have 100% accuracy, or hey, every trade's going to have the best risk to reward. So that's the first thing I want to point out, because when I'm working with people, and anybody who's worked with me for any amount of time, I don't believe it's the strategy or the system. Everyone on YouTube is constantly pitching and posting that, hey, it's only this system, this one's going to get you 90%. But no system matters if you can't duplicatively do it and have consistent forms of management and risk profiles to enter upon, right? You have 0% chance at success. You might win some and lose some, not to say you can't be up or down, but unrealized profit is not profit. So secondly, we averaged really low, actually. This is kind of much lower than I would want it to be, but I would expect that from a swing trading system that uses structure as a stop loss. Still, our win to loss ratio ended up being 1.8 to 1. So a little bit less than 2 to 1. Really would have liked to see that higher, but again, keeping that stop loss far away, no stress trades, really, really easy to do management, really, really simple to follow system. So this is it. This is all we accomplished. That doesn't look like a whole bunch, but 5,122 pips is a whole stinking lot. And before we go over to the charts and look real quickly at that system that we used again all year long, I want to show you what this looks like. So please pay attention again to the 1.8, 81.25, and that, of course, number of pips. That's not going to be part of this next equation. But let's go look at what this equals in dollars and cents. All right, this right here is a Monte Carlo simulation. It's nothing fancy. It really just places your wins and losses in a random order over a batch of approximately 62 trades. So Let's say, for example, you're starting with something like $5,000. Please ignore all my notes and stuff. This is us just hanging out in class. But look over here to the left for a second. Let's say you're starting your trading account, your day trading account, you're individually managing with approximately $5,000. Let's say your amount of risk per trade is approximately 3% per trade. Your average accuracy, your accuracy of your win rate is 81%, and notice I'm lowballing that. Your average win size is 1.8 as much as your loss. Again, lowballing that. Take a look at what this looks like. And if I hit function F10 on my computer, this is going to continue to randomly populate. So just to show that it's not my numbers, we'll continue just to kind of play around for a second. Function F10. So that was $79,000 on the high end, and I think it was like 29 on the low end. But we'll keep going just for a couple of minutes. 22 on the low end, 80 on the high end. I'm going to keep playing with this for a second publicly so you guys get a chance to see what's actually possible. We can't control where those wins and losses fall in a random order. I'm going to keep it right here. What we can do is work on this, and if you perfect this, regardless of the system you're using, you can be profitable. So of course I wanted to take a couple of minutes to show you what exactly this looks like. Just for conversation purposes, let's say you're only starting with a $1,000 account. You're going much higher risk. Let's say you're doing 10% risk. That's pretty high. That's aggressive. That's grow it or blow it. Take a look at what's possible. Now, granted, at this risk and average win-to-loss rate, you have a much higher percent chance of blowing this account, but still, same concept. Let's see if we can't continually map this out. Pay attention to that ending balance right there. That's all compounding is, for everybody who knows. You don't have to keep following every single thing on YouTube showing, hey, this is perfect and this is amazing, this is the end-all be-all. If you just get 90% accuracy, you're going to be fine. That's not the case. What you need to do is make sure you have a great system. Reasons to enter, sure, but your management needs to be consistent, and that's it. So trading is literally as easy as you make it. Of course, I can't do any justice to this video without really quickly going over to the platform that we actually used for this system. So let's go take a look. And here it is. Really, really easy, really plain as day. This is the system that we used to accomplish those results. Remember, we did this live on YouTube the first and third Tuesday of approximately every month for about 20 minutes at a time. All we're doing with this system, which I am not claiming is the best system in the world. I don't think any system is. I think following a duplicatable style, managing consistently, and having good reasons to enter, exit, manage, and control your trade is the recipe to be successful in this industry. So real quick, let's just bounce around a little bit. I'm going to zoom out, make this as ugly as humanly possible. I know it's hard to see the candles, but this system is basically a reversal-based system. It takes a handful of different rules, looks for a reason to enter, and of course it'll paint this on your screen. It is a repainting indicator. The benefit of this is that it kind of leaves evidence dots that says, hey, it was here, now it has gone because that system turned out not to be, accurate. It tended to break kind of concept. All we're doing is when we get this signal, when we get this reason or this alert, I'm waiting for the break of a fractal. My stop loss is always below management. I'm always protecting within a 1 hour ATR or 50 pips, depending on if you're not yet comfortable with ATR. I would say at least within 1 to 3 ATR without a shadow of a doubt. Of course, you're trimming some of that. When we say protect, we mean A, move your stop loss into profit. We mean B, apply a trailing stop. We mean C, close out a portion of your position and let the rest run, right? Those are all the ways that I'm referencing protecting along the way. But this is USD CAD just to kind of show you. Here's our buys, our sells, our buy, sell, buy, sell. This one popped up, didn't make a higher high, and you guys get the whole picture. Really simple. This does not take rocket science. We can pick any other pair. Let's look at GBP CAD. Oh, sorry, CAD JPY. I can talk. You think maybe. Sell, we come back all the way up, but of course we do take off. Buy, sell. Buy, this is a no good at all. This is probably one of those losing trades. If I had taken it here, we don't really come into range, but we barely do. We get enough reason to, oh, there you go. It is more than 50 pips to protect. It is more than 2 ATR as well to protect, but still this is a bad trade in general, comparatively speaking, with much too high of a risk. You guys get the idea. So this system is not a bad way to be. I will continue to make these videos throughout 2023. So my question for you is, can you start a demo account? It costs you nothing. Can you follow along with these videos with me and just trade paper money? Just go to Monopoly Money and say, hey, if I do what she is saying to do, cost me nothing except for a few minutes of my time twice a week, and see what your account can look like literally in 6 months. So if you're not sure what that is, you can by all means, there's a link tree in the description of this video. Sign up with a free demo account with any of those brokers, and it's completely free. Do that. Come to any of these videos. For 2023, I will continue to do a video approximately twice a month. Give me a little bit of grace on sometimes getting those out. We've got some new staff I'm really excited about. I would just encourage you to maybe consider following along. Follow along in your live accounts, your demo accounts, preferably demo if you're unfamiliar with this industry, and come see what we can do. You don't need a whole bunch of money. Obviously, if you want to have bigger, faster growth, sure you do. But you don't need to be a bajillionaire to learn how to become financially free. My goals for this trading system for the year of 2023, as I support Super EZ and the Simplicity system, is probably going to be to get about that 25,000 pips for the year. I'm looking for better than 80% accuracy, which I think is more than doable with how we trade and how we kind of confirm that. And of course, how we protect. And I'm excited. So please do come along with me on this journey. And of course, as always, if there's something particular you'd like to learn from me, with me, put it in the comments. I wish there was a little messaging system on here, but put it in the comments and let's see what we can do. We are ramping out a whole bunch of new videos and a whole brand new company that is to come. So with that said, happy 2023. I'm wishing you and yours all the best for all of your goals and financial direction and personal direction as well.